we're over here at Stegall's truck shop, and for those that don't know you, sir, introduce yourself and tell us what we're standing in front of.
I'm James Stegall with Stegall's Truck Shop and I-55 Chrome Shop, and we're standing here with a 25 W9 Huellinghoff Brothers out of Union, Missouri.
Very cool. Now, is this something that you guys just finished putting together?
Yep, we just finished it up. We got a few minor details to do yet, but for the most part, she's done.
All right, so tell us some of the specifics.
It's got a 605 Cummins with a 13-speed, 325 rears, and it's sitting on 295-inch wheelbase.
Very nice. Well, let's walk around this thing and get a quick look at it, and then we'll dive into some of the other details that you guys have done to this truck.
Sounds good.
When did you guys start putting this together?
They dropped it off last November, and then we spent a few months with it over there in the paint shop, and then brought it back over here and started adding everything and doing all the accessories and the custom stuff.
Okay. Well, let's start with the paint and the striping.
So this is probably one of the coolest parts of the truck is Tony, who this truck's a tribute to, which is John and Mike's dad. In 1979, he ordered his first brand new Freightliner and had these exact colors on it. So he wanted to pay tribute by incorporating them colors in a similar kind of scheme, a little different, but basically kind of the same thing.
So what's the backstory on the company?
So I don't know all the details, but kind of from what I gather, John's dad got out of the Marines in 1957 and started the company. And then in the early 70s, I believe he started, he had the chance to start doing some anhydrous hauling and stuff like that. And so that's when they got involved in the tank business, and he just took off from there.
Tell us about some of the things that you guys have done, you know, in particular the custom parts and things.
Okay. It's got a 20-inch Lincoln Chrome bumper on it with a 12-gauge flip kit on it. And then we customized the back of the plate to hold 5 watermelons facing back. We updated the headlights to truck's headlights. So we got lifetime lug nut cover oil caps on it. And then we got an RLK drop visor on it. Painted the inside of it red to match. And then we got 12-gauge custom mirror brackets. Put the West Coast mirrors on there. Some pretty cool personalized watermelon brackets.
I want to go back to these mirrors. You said West Coast mirrors. What makes them West Coast mirrors? Do you know?
Yeah, it's just the shape of them. So Kenworth, when they come out, they kind of got that concave, that rounded mirror, and these are what I was always told were called the West Coast mirrors. So it's kind of got the 3 flat sides on it.
Okay, got it.
Just a little better look, in my opinion.
Okay.
Then you got RLK front and rear breather light panels.
I didn't know that RLK was making breather panels.
Yeah, they have for a long time. I personally love them. They fit great. Well, anything RLK makes is spot on. I mean, their visors, they make assortment of different things for us, and everything's way above par.
Very cool.
Them are 12-gauge step boxes. Them are pretty cool. Jeff with 12-gauge asked me if we wanted the footboards made into them. So as you can see, they're welded on. They're pretty slick.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I hadn't either until he asked me if we'd be interested in the set. And then he also made us the cabin sleeper panels with the downward facing penny lights.
Very nice. You know, there's no way to escape showing up in the reflection of this truck.
Yeah. And then Jeff also made us the tank straps. And then with that being said, so we spaced the tanks out on both sides, 2 inches on each side. That way it sits even with the def tank, so it's not sitting out. The def tank ain't sitting out like a sore thumb. I mean, it kind of lines everything up, just gives it a little bit better look. And then he made the tank filler panel 2 inches, well, 4 inches wider actually, to fit a little bit better.
So this cover's pretty cool. What's underneath that?
So that's one of the tools for I think for unloading and loading the tanks with their product.
That's a real nice way to, kind of, I guess, soften the look of some of the other hardware and equipment that's on here.
Yeah, it just kind of blends it in, and it's just, I mean, I think it's pretty classy looking.
Now, I got to ask a question. With everything else being red, well, not everything, but you guys decided to leave the handles black?
Well, we didn't want to lose them.
Yeah, for sure. Tell me about the deck plate.
So the front and middle deck plate, Sutherland Air and Fab made them, and then basically we just took them and incorporated the stripe down the center, and then we finished it out with a rear deck plate. So we got I-29 custom blind mount brackets, and then the fenders are, we get them through 12 gauge as well. And with a set of T-cans on it.
Now, do you know the backstory on these, on T-canes? Because I've heard people mention about them, and it seems like they've been around for a decade or two, or what?
Yeah, I don't really know the real backstory on them, other than, I remember when they were kind of a big deal, and then it seemed like they were really hard to get, and then I found someone put me in connection with them, and I've been dealing with them for a little while now, and they're awesome to deal with.
It just kind of it really makes a different look to the wheel and tire, as a unit.
Absolutely.
I kind of want to think about like the old school vans and those moon style hubcaps. I mean, a completely different situation, but it just gives such a nice, solid, what am I going for? A simple look. It just makes everything more of a solidified unit. I think that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, they're very smooth looking. I mean, everything just kind of flows so well.
What do we got going on back here?
So we cut the dovetail off and welded that all in, and closed that, and then put a Iowa Customs rear center panel on it, and then we made a hinged rear deck plate so they were able to get access back there, and whether that be working on something or just easier to clean and get into.
So we just got to look at what the truck looks like lit up with all the lights on it. About how many lights do you guys have on this truck?
I believe it's 116 lights total. Got 20 of the 4-inch Petersons, and then the rest, 43 of the red penny lights facing down, and the rest would be either amber or red watermelons.
So out of this entire build, what was one of the things that you enjoyed doing the most?
Oh boy. I honestly think just working with the Huellinghoffs. I mean, they were a lot of fun to work with, and if you know them, all their rides are large. I mean, they got one of the classiest fleets of trucks out on the road. So just getting the chance to deal with them and work through stripes, colors, just the overall look, it was pretty enjoyable.
Okay. And over at you guys' paint shop, or in the paint booth, I recall that you guys use some really top-notch stuff, and you guys can just mix about just about any color you want.
Pretty much, yeah. We use Axalta and a lot of Imron. So I mean, we try to use a high quality paint, and some of this is actually car product. It's not actually industrial, just because it was easier for us because we were looking for them right colors to match, you know, the old colors on John's dad's Freightliners. So
these stack shields are pretty cool.
yeah, so I'm pretty sure when they order and spec out these trucks, it actually comes like that. So I always thought that was pretty cool that they did that. You know, just personalizes their own truck, you know, and you know it's a Huellinghoff when you see them.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us what we're looking at down here.
So this is a Sutherland Air and Fab air ride kit that they actually installed before it was brought down. They stuck 389 springs underneath it, and man, they got it sitting right. They did a fantastic job.
Very nice. What else did you guys do underneath the hood?
So then, as I was telling you earlier, we got it set up on a 12 gauge flip kit. And then if you can get a peek down in there, you'll see where we built a box to hold five red watermelons facing back. And obviously, you know, a new truck, the inside of the hood is kind of half painted, half not. So we completely repainted the whole inside of the hood for them. Just kind of cleaned everything up, dressed it up a little bit.
Very nice. So let's move into the inside.
All right. So we took all the dash panels out and painted them, tried to incorporate the outside colors, as you can tell, and then painted a floor with a stripe in the middle to match the deck plate. Painted a lot of the little trim and accessory pieces, stuff like that. Painted a steering wheel for them. And we still yet got to add a stereo. But one cool thing is if you check out the pedals, Davis Brothers hooked us up with them, a tribute to, again, you know, John's dad, Tony, and which I thought was pretty classy. And then we added some, I think we got 16 or 14 red watermelons inside to light it up at night. So it's pretty bright in there. The only thing we got left to do is we are going to add a stereo system to it for them.
So when it comes to stereo systems and things like that, what are you guys thinking as far as putting in this truck?
I'll be honest with you. I call Kevin over there at Davis Brothers and tell him what I'm working with and just tell him to set me up with something he thinks would work nice. It won't be nothing crazy over the top, but just something that's going to give a pretty nice, good sound.
Okay. Well, that's easy enough. You know, I think Kevin knows what he's doing by now, right?
I'm pretty sure he does.
I know if he hears this, he knows that we're razzing him.
Oh, yeah.
He's a wizard when it comes to that stuff.
Yes, he is.
So what's your favorite part on this truck? The favorite thing that you guys have done on this truck?
I think for me, because it's kind of more sentimental, is really the stripes, the colors. Just because, you know, John didn't even want to see this truck. He just wanted us to build it. So I worked with John's son, Andrew, and Justin Yeagers a lot through it. And the whole idea of just making a tribute truck to John's dad and them trusting us to do it was pretty big honor. And I just thought that was kind of neat, you know, especially seeing his reaction whenever he's seen it for the first time.
Right. So I was here when they did show up. That was the weekend of the truck show. What were some of the things that he said when he finally did see the truck?
He said it was perfect. I mean, it's just what he was thinking or what he was hoping for. He said it was, he's actually reached out a couple times and just told me how excited he was about the truck and how it was just what he wanted.
Very nice. So, James, I imagine pretty soon that this truck is going to go into service?
Yeah, I believe we're going to take it to GBATS, and then I think after that, he's planning on heading out west with it. It's going to go right to work.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, as far as what people can stop by here for, you have a chrome shop here, so tell us about that and how that works.
So we've got a small chrome shop that we carry, you know, a lot of universal accessories, lighting, you know, all them kinds of different goodies, and basically, I mean, just a little bit of everything. And what we don't have, I mean, we're quick to order it for you, and you know, you just got to let us know what you need.
So location-wise, explain how easy it is to whip in here off of I-55.
It's pretty easy. So you get off at exit 123 and head west on, it's called Highway B. We're not even a quarter mile down the road from the interstate, right here on your right-hand side. And big open lot, plenty of truck parking, real accessible.
Very cool. And again, if a guy needs some parts, he can come in here and get them. If not, if you don't have them here, you can order them.
Absolutely.
And there's not many other chrome shops here in the neighborhood, is there?
No, there's not many around. Probably the closest one would be Memphis, maybe, or up on 70.
All right, cool. So you guys are it.
Yeah.
All right, James. Well, thanks for taking a minute to tell me about this really cool truck that you guys have built. People can follow you guys on the old social medias and see what you guys are up to and see what's coming up next there, right?
Correct.
All right. We'll see you.
All right. See you.